And a very warm welcome to the weekend edition of Wellbeing Wisdom. I'm delighted you could join me. As you can see, it's been snowing during the night. We've got a fresh layer of fluffy white snow covering the landscape. And in fact, it's trying to snow right now, just a few little flakes falling. I wanted to thank you not just for joining me, but for some of the fascinating questions that you raise. You were very kind enough to put suggestions into the emails. And one of the questions that popped up last week was, how do we take better control over how we think and feel? Because for most of us, we're reacting instinctively. We are continually responding to the things that are going on around us. And then we're generating images and thoughts in our minds, and we're reacting to that as well. Is it possible to change it? Absolutely. Now, let's be clear. We're surrounded by a lot of disturbing information most of the time. News feeds are full of rather disturbing ideas and notions that provoke our instinctive reaction for survival. In other words, we spend a lot of time being anxious and upset and being generally fearful of what's going on in the world. There's a lot of uncertainty, and social media feeds into that. Here's the killer question. Is it possible to change how we think and feel? Well, yeah, but let's start a little bit earlier in the process. Can you feel that wind whipping up? Yeah, it's a presage of some of the more snow that's on the way. First of all, the thoughts and feelings that you are so deeply connected to, the way you think and feel and behave, all of these characteristics have been grafted onto you at a very early stage in life. We all are subject to these very early influences in childhood that condition our emotional and mental framework. It's just that we forget it. We become largely unaware that these are the influences that shape our personality. So if somebody's getting angry or very upset and you say, why do you feel like this? So, this is how I am. The irony is that we're prepared to defend that sense of individuality to the death. We are prepared to fight for our right to express these forms of individuality that shape our sense of who we are. But it's artificial. It's not really who you are. And the moment that you begin to interrupt this pattern, this constant cycle of thoughts and feelings, you begin to understand how easy it is to influence these thoughts and feelings. All it takes is a moment of reflection to learn how to stop. Stop the movie, stop the film track, stop the accompanying sound, stop, pause, take a deep breath in, and ask yourself, how do I want to feel? How do I want to respond to this? Is there another way? Do I have to respond at all? This feels very strange at first because you're breaking a pattern of behavior that's been with you probably for most of your life. So it will feel strange. But it's in that moment of interruption, that little space you create, that you discover that you're really free to choose how you feel, how you think, and thus how you behave. It is a game changer. It's a fabulous way for you to develop greater control over the whole process of thoughts and feelings. There's another benefit. As you begin to free yourself from these conditioned reflexes, I get angry, I do this, I do that. When you begin to consider wider choices which support your health, your well-being, your creativity, your happiness, whatever's important to you, you realize that all of those thoughts and feelings, this sense of personality, were pretty much superficial. They seem real, they seem permanent. The moment you interrupt them, you begin to realize this is not who you are. Does that mean that we've been playing a role throughout most of our lives? Absolutely. We didn't write the script. We didn't even choose the role we play, but we play it blindly with enormous dedication and devotion. Oscar-winning performances every day. But when I work with people and ask, does this work for you? Does it really help you to feel happy and fulfilled, complete as a person? Most of us will say, well, no, it doesn't, Greg. I do get angry. I get scared. I get upset. I react to people in very, very negative ways. And that's an invitation for us to explore alternatives. I don't think there should be any kind of convention in our lives where someone else tells you who you are and how you should be. I think that's a process of self-discovery. And we can just determine simple questions, we can determine whether the way we're thinking and feeling is really working. How do I feel? Does this help me to feel a sense of inner calm, inner peace, balance? Do I feel more at peace with myself, accepting who I am despite all my faults and errors and strange ways? Does this help me to feel more comfortable with others? These are simple but effective clues to determine whether your thoughts and feelings are really lined up with that deeper sense of identity. Why do we want to do that? Well, apart from the natural curiosity to find out more of who you really are, there's an enormous range of benefits in terms of your health, yes, your well-being, your digestion, your sleep, your energy, gosh, even your libido. Everything is deeply influenced by the way that you think and feel. Choosing a more positive emotional reaction, choosing a more positive set of thoughts can help you to see the world in a different way. And that helps us to understand that a lot of our reactions are just conditioned reflexes. Today is an invitation for us to take a little bit better control over those responses so we can begin to live life according to our fuller, deeper potential. Now, I know I'm going to get lots of comments about this, and I'm looking forward to reading your views because I'm very, very lucky to have such well-informed and interesting viewers. If you have any suggestions, comments, or observations, I'm always delighted to read them. And in the meantime, as the snow is definitely trying to make a return, allow me to wish you the most wonderful weekend. I'll be back with you soon.